Kia ora koutou. Hello everyone. Ko sangya toku ingoa. My name is Sangya Sapkota, and here I am back with yet another episode of What's Up AIC. This is the podcast which brings to you all the inspiring lecturers, connects with the professionals that help us build a community here at AIC, and share the stories of our students. So yeah, for this episode, we have yet another, the infamous personality here at AIC, who is none other than the super talented, the amazing lecturer, Barry. So yeah, let me welcome Barry to the show. Welcome, Barry.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to talking with you.
I'm very excited to have you today at this episode of What's Up AIC.
We'll have fun.
Of course. There's no such thing called no fun when it's with you, right?
Well, I try.
So yeah, let me dig a little deeper into your story today. Let us map a little journey of Barry.
Yeah.
Your journey has been amazing so far, Barry. I mean, from engineering to lecturing to mathematics and programming and research and whatnot, and now it's lecturing. I mean, can you share us a little bit about how this has helped unfold the personality that you are today, and let us, give us a little sneak peek about your background?
Sure, that's okay. Well, I started at Auckland University in 1973, undergraduate, and did a degree in chemistry, and decided that I would go to Teachers Training College to become a secondary school teacher at the end. Mm-hmm. And when you do secondary school teacher training, they send you to different places. And the very first place they sent me to, I fell in love with. It was Hillary College in Ōtara. I was working with a whole range of different people from different islands. And I thought, this could have potential. So I went back and I worked there for 2 years after I'd graduated. And then I had an opportunity to join an engineering company, because I'd always had an interest in electronics, but an engineering company who had a problem. And it was a fascinating problem. And we didn't solve it, but along the way, I got to work with my first computers. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love. I worked with my first computers and I fell in love. And when I left that company, because they went through a big change, the particular little computer I worked with was used on the inside of a brand new personal computer that came from Canon in Japan. Mm-hmm. And I was one of the few people who could program it.
Amazing.
And so I landed as a person with very little computer experience, a job just down the road at Kerridge Odeon, the big theatre company that actually had taken on their own computer division. And I got to play. And I learned so much there. And we built some amazing electronics and computing stuff. Lots of fun. And then from that, in 1985, I decided to form my own company. And during that time, I discovered a secret. So I ran the company for 27 years, but in 2003, something that was a miracle happened in our company. Mm-hmm. It was Christmas time, and we were going through a big growth phase, and the CEO of the company said, well, I've got a job for you to do at Christmas. Well, I was really hoping for a holiday. No, I've got a big job for you to do at Christmas. What's that? We're taking on students. Uh-huh. And I went, no. He said, yes, you've got a meeting at Auckland University on Wednesday where you'll meet with the professors there and you'll meet some of the students. And I'm going, no.
There couldn't be a better Christmas present,
me,
right?
Just great. You're going on holiday and I'm going to be staying working with students. Well, I went to the meeting. Uh-huh. I was supposed to take one student. I took 3.
Perfect.
I fell in love with them. And they came into our company and they changed our place. In the next 4 years, I think we had 18 students come in and work for extended periods. And I began to think, this is amazing. One of my staff came to me one day and said, I've just sat with Dong and he showed me how to use the UML. I've never seen that before. That's so much better than the diagramming I've been doing. And I went, wow. And this student had helped one of my staff learn how to diagram better. And that's the sort of thing I saw going on.
The
Students
UML.
teaching my staff new things and the staff loving it. And so one day, 2012, 2011, I think it was, my most senior student took me aside and said, we're having more fun than you're having. What are you going to do? He's a little bit older than normal students. And I said, well, I've been thinking. And he said, when are you going to go back and study? And circumstances changed. My business partner brought me out and I went to AUD to study.
And here we are today.
And
in
here
this
we
space,
are today.
doing What's Up AIC, this little podcast.
We're sitting on a podcast. So where have we been? And so I can say that all the way along the way, Hillary College, Edis, students. Now that company is still going today, 40 years later, and it's amazing what they're doing, but I'm not part of it. I'm here working with students.
But anyway, you started at this little place in Ōtara, so Edmund
working
Hillary.
with students.
Yeah, but that somehow connects to my country as well. I mean, Edmund Hillary, Mount Everest, Nepal.
Yeah.
I'm from Nepal, so yeah, that brings me back home. So.
We all know the stories of Hillary, yeah. But again, see, the common thread is working with students.
Correct.
And that's something that I love doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been questioning this to myself because I was looking a bit into your profile and about your background for this podcast and everything. And I'm like, wow, he's done a lot of work with students. I mean, what must have inspired him to push his students do better and work better in terms of their projects and in terms of their work and everything? So yeah, what
we gave
motivates
them real projects to work on that were worthwhile, international projects. We partnered them with our staff who wanted to learn from them. And the end result was the students did amazing work. And in one little one master's student, one day we discovered a potential fraud scenario in a banking project we were working on. That became his whole master's.
Amazing.
Driving through that data, working with a New Zealand bank to uncover a potential fraud scenario and to see if it led to other fraud scenarios. So I was talking to him probably a year ago now. He's very high up in consulting now, but his thing was fraud analysis, a real project that concerned a bank. So this weren't toy projects.
All of that evolved from your classrooms.
All came from the classroom.
From the lectures of Barry.
Yeah.
Dr. Badger.
That Dr. Badger.
Students often call you Dr. Badger. What's the story behind this? Can you finally, reveal the truth, the huge truth?
Okay, here's the truth. When I was born, my father only had room in his world for girls. So all the time that I was being made in my mummy's tummy, my name was Janice. And when the doctor brought out me in his arms, the nurse brought it out, she said, here's your son. He goes, no, I ordered a girl.
Ordered?
I don't have any names for boys.
Okay.
And I can't call him Janice. Have you got a boyfriend? Yes. What's his name? Barry. That'll do. So I became Barry.
Amazing.
And within a few hours, I was in a crib, Dad leaned over, and I hit him in the nose with my fist. So I became Basher.
Oh, wow.
And I became Basher for the first few years, and my mother hated it. And finally, a naval officer my father knew said, you've got to stop calling him Basher. In the Navy, we have a list of nicknames and main names. So the name for Barry is Badger. And my dad went, I like it. And I became Badger.
Oh, that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
The inception of Badger, Dr. Badger.
Hitting my father on the nose.
Amazing start. What could be better?
So I became Badger. And so I am literally Badger. And in German, that is Dachs, as in Dachshund.
And you still carry on. You still carry on that legacy, that badge on your shoulders with pride.
Oh yeah, Badger has worked really well here.
Amazing.
So good.
That defines all
I am Badger.
You are indeed a Badger, yeah.
Yeah. And it was great. So yeah, that's where the name came from, and it kind of fits.
So you've been teaching for so long, and you started at Ōtara, and you've been involved with students from different communities. So do you enjoy, what is it like for you, meeting up new students every single day and introducing yourself to every new community every single day? How does it feel for you, like every other day?
There's one thing that makes a difference with a student. When they come, just like Rain, classic example behind the camera there, when a student wants to learn, there are no limits. When a student wants to experiment and stretch, we in Ōtara Polytechnic focus on what we call experiential learning. So if you're willing to stretch out, build things, experience, go beyond the assignment, stretching things, work with your lecturers, we're always ready. And it's only the students that don't want to engage that find it difficult.
Of course.
People like Rain keep winning awards because they're so motivated.
And very much indulged into the process of learning, right? All it takes is commitment and some time and some effort and some really keen interest. Really hard.
And recognizing the rest of your life you're going to be studying. It doesn't stop.
And accepting the truth that there's no other way than learning.
Learn and study. And those students who can self-motivate, learn and work alongside us, we can give them opportunities like working on banking projects. And my focus now is on final year capstone projects. That's where I spend all my time now. I'm not teaching undergraduate courses. I'm teaching basically the final year studio projects that we've got. And
that's about the
working with my new company.
The strength online coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of what we do.
That's amazing, Barry.
But as you see, everything started with students and it continued with students. So there's really nowhere else on the planet that I want to be.
And talking about experiential learning and the kind of teaching that you're trying to provide through this institution, through OPAC, it reminds me of how you discussed earlier about involving students like Linma, who is also one of the Excellent Scholars Award winner, into some really top research projects and even co-authoring a book, and also other students who've been into creating their own cool stuff like applications, face recognition apps, and whatnot, games, etc., etc. So can you talk a little bit about this?
Yes.
I mean, how do you feel about all of this?
Well, I think that becomes part of their CV that they can use for job applications. They can apply for things. And certainly Lehman's work with strength coaching online has been really exciting. So in terms of strength coaching, that's our primary focus at the moment. And so far we've had 3 students work for 19 weeks a time on the projects. One worked on cybersecurity, one worked on user interface design, and Lehman has produced our first prototype AI to work as an assistant with the fitness coach.
Amazing.
And that is being taken forward next year into whole new things. And for next year, if anyone's watching, block 1 next year, I have space for at least 3 students on a mobile development project for strength research. Strength coaching online. Strength Research is a research organisation. Strength Coaching is the company. And Luke is very keen for us to start the mobile development. So I'm looking for some Studio 5 and Studio 6 students who will want to build a mobile app.
While we're at it, can you shine a little light on what Strength Online Coaching is all about?
Absolutely.
I mean, what's it all about? A little background.
It's really important because when the COVID pandemic hit us, fitness trainers in gymnasiums had their whole world shaken up. They could no longer work with you one-on-one in the gym. They weren't allowed to. So they had to move online or find other ways of working with their clients. And Luke Selway, who's based in Tübingen in Germany, began to develop very good spreadsheets, which he shared with his clients. They would complete their exercises. He would do things on Instagram and LinkedIn with them, and they would keep training all the way through COVID. And many trainers have gone online, but there are very, very few good web applications and mobile applications so that you can manage your training in the gym, get feedback, enter what you did in the gym. And so Luke now has many years of data that, under an ethics agreement with Otago Polytechnic, his clients have shared with us that we can use to do data mining.
Amazing.
And so we are now doing an ethical AI assistant that will work with the coach to help him analyze all their data each day and make recommendations on how they change their thing. So the AI doesn't talk to you as a client. The AI works with the coach checks out the results and then keeps going with you. So we've got an ethical approach to AI where the AI, because it's dealing with medical grade data, we've got to treat that very specially. And looking at what the students have produced so far, we're on a good path. And we hope to launch the first version of the app early next year to some trial people. But so far, Luke is just saying he loves working with OPAC students because they really get into the projects.
Talking about AI and all the medical, deeply connected with medical stuff. So that reminds me of your research. How cool is it? I mean, you've worked with IoMT, IoT,
Yes,
and your collaboration all about avionic and
yes,
automobile stuff. So you've, I don't know, I mean, you spotted all the defaults there and you worked for the same, and it's really cool. And the students that the stuff that the students get to learn from you is really cool. And so how do you think, I mean, what motivated you towards Air New Zealand and all the, health related segments, and what motivated you towards this industry specifically for your research project?
Well, and the two aspects of the avionics that I'm working with is with a pilot that I know really well and Ramon Lewis from AUT. And one thing that everyone gets instantly is landing gear on aircraft. I mean, you don't land an aircraft with the wheels up. It makes a very big mess. So when we're explaining to people what we're studying, people understand landing gear. And it's a really nice electronics design. And we're designing new IoT control software for landing gear that uses an international standard for the software, but we are measuring it against a international standard called D0178C, which is an air flight worthiness. And no one has used this type of software in avionics yet. It's groundbreaking stuff. And so for the last few years, I've had students at AUT and now at Last Block, Michelle Chinhanga built a beautiful electronic simulation of our landing gear going up and down that we'll use in the next stage of our research. So this is an ongoing project as well as strength coaching, but electronics and computer software are an emerging field. And in the strength coaching side, IoT for measuring acceleration of lifting and angles and movements of legs, there are huge IoT opportunities in there. So we're only just starting to look at what we can build that will work with coaches in gyms. Because at the moment, if you go into a gym, most of the equipment will not talk to your phone. It doesn't plug in any way. So there are huge opportunities there. And so the electronics and the computers, they go together.
That's amazing. And that leads to healthcare anyway, IoMT.
Internet of Medical Things. Yeah, I mean, basically health and fitness. The difference with strength coaching online is that Luke is a biomedical scientist and who runs the company, and he focuses on strength. So if you build up your muscle strength, if you fall over, you're not going to hurt yourself as much. And you're going to stay fitter all your life if you build up the muscle strength correctly. It's a little bit different to what quite a few gym exercises people do, but he is informed by research.
So
it's a research-informed company.
That's amazing. So I reckon, all of these, interrelationships between IoT, IoMT, and all the strength coaching online and avionics and everything somehow ties up in the same route, and it somehow drives the way you instruct your students. How does it, differentiate the kind of projects that you segregate your students to, the kind of projects that you let them be a part of? Does it somehow influence the way you teach and deliver in the classrooms?
I think the one thing it does is it encourages us to stretch further. And when a student wants to stretch further, the sky's the limit.
Of course.
When Michelle got the first of the landing gear stopping at the bottom and stopping at the top when it went up and down, the look on her face was just heavenly. I made it work. And success like that is great. And really, in terms of electronics in health and fitness, with things like Fitbits and stuff, that's only the beginning.
Of course.
The scope is huge for the next stage. And we've got some very interesting things to try in the mobile app that we can't do with the web app. So that's going to be exciting what we can try next.
So all eyes here, students. He is still looking for students to work with him.
Definitely for next block. I've been talking to everybody here about what we can do with mobile. And we've got some good resources to play with, some good software to try out. And it will be an exciting one to try out.
But that does
challenging, though. Challenging.
Yeah, of course. If you are ready to take the challenge, the sky is the only limit.
Yeah. And I have lots of hours each week, because I'm not teaching other undergraduates, to work alongside you. Working with Lehman and Michelle, I came in one whole day a week, basically, to be available to work alongside them. And then we worked remotely. So we do put a lot of time in for a student who wants to work on it.
It's really nice. Fun. It's really nice listening to all of these stories and all of the inception of your, diverse, journey and all of these. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing all of this today, Barry.
No, that's great.
I feel really grateful and blessed to be able to be a part of all of this, all your stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Get ready for a fun day out with the Rangitoto Island hike on Friday, December 12th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We'll enjoy fresh air, beautiful scenery, and an awesome adventure exploring one of Auckland's most iconic islands. It's a perfect chance to relax, make friends, and experience something new.
So talking all about your research, your students, your experiential learning methods and teaching methods at AIC, out of all the thousands of reads that you have had on the ResearchGate, so I've Googled all of your stuff, and I'm like, wow, you have like thousands of reads, 100,000 of so many citations, and all the papers that you've published, and everything that there is for a student to learn from you as a doctor, and as young learners and as aspiring learners. What do you think AI looks like for the future for the students in terms of tech and learning for the students that you've met and you've come across so far?
Sure. Well, one thought is, if you remember the Star Wars movie, Obi-Wan says, "These are not the droids you're looking for." And I would say at the moment, the AI we have now are not the droids we're looking for.
Not at all.
I've come through the dot-com bust of 2000 and the websites in 2000 where people were pouring billions of dollars into building it are not the websites we have today. And so the AIs we have now, which people threaten will take your jobs away, so there's no graduate positions for you, that is not the truth. Because the AIs we have now are not the AIs we'll have in the future. And so I say to students who come to me and go, I don't see whether I should keep studying. I go, keep studying, because after the dot-com bust, we needed very talented programmers to build the websites we've got now. And if these are not the droids we're looking for, someone's going to have to build them. And the AIs we'll get in the future will probably be very useful, but they won't be the same as the ones today. And the world needs New Zealand's most employable graduates
From AIC.
From AIC to build those.
Of course.
And so if it seems bad in the job market out there at the moment, by the time you graduate, it won't be the same. And no matter what's happened in history, there's been changes in technology, but people still get jobs. So I say to students, don't despair by looking. These are not the droids you're looking for.
There's more. I mean, AI was there even before we got introduced to them. It's just recently that it's been commercialized to the extent that it has been now, but it was born so many years ago already.
Absolutely.
And people were just unknown about the fact.
Yeah.
And who knows what it might lead to tomorrow, right? I mean, the only way out is to, it's like a baby. It's already out there. The only way is to train it in a correct direction.
Absolutely.
And to train to not harm the human creation.
Yeah.
I think that's the only truth that we can live by and start adapting to the new reality because it's already there.
Yeah. And the students who will build the next generation have got to have design, programming, user interface experience. All of the core things we teach here are still very important. Working in teams. You know, those AIs have no personalities. It's the humans that build things. And we need to recognize that humans are not going away.
Hard skills versus soft skills.
Our jobs are changing, but I can guarantee you in the future, there are jobs out there.
Obviously.
Every historical upheaval, like the Industrial Revolution and the dot-com, the humans still had jobs in the end.
That's still something convincing,
jobs.
Of course.
Yeah, different, but they had jobs. So if you're feeling threatened by AI, I'd simply say to you, don't. Keep studying and wait.
So is there any, proud moment? You've been teaching for so long. Can you, just disclose to the audience how many years have you been teaching so far?
Wow. It's a big number.
Of course.
So I started teaching in 1978, so you do the maths.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a long time. And even while I was in my company for 27 years, I took all sorts of training courses and guest lecturing in places. So I guess it's been continuous in there.
That puts me into a curious space right now. Do you think is it ever late to get started with tech stuff? I mean,
no.
Not everybody does IT. Not everybody knows technology, right?
No.
Especially when people come from different parts of the world, away from where it's very technologically advanced. Do you think it's ever late? Can they ever learn and make it to the spot, to the max?
Absolutely. One of the students who worked with us on strength coaching, Tao Nayen, had an undergraduate degree in animal husbandry. Came to do graduate here, had done no real IT work. She's now searching for jobs in cybersecurity in Vietnam because she did all the cybersecurity courses here, did fabulous work with strength coaching on cybersecurity penetration testing. She transformed from animal husbandry into cybersecurity.
Perfect transition.
And she did so well. So it's never too late to diversify beyond.
That's a great message.
It's never too late. You know? And the idea is there's so much opportunity here to shape your course. And especially with the new master's courses we've got starting next year. Those are AI-enabled master's courses. Huge scope for how a person can transition from one career with all the valuable previous experience. Like Christy's previous work, she now is a top data analyst. Tao, cybersecurity, because she loved the technology. So if you love it, you can learn it. If you love it, you can learn it.
Yeah, all that dedication.
Absolutely.
Of course. She fell in love just like you did with the computer.
Absolutely.
Back in 1980.
My first computer in 1980.
Yeah, you also did a bit of entrepreneurial ventures in your life. You're starting your own software company. So can you shine a little light on that?
Okay, yes. So we obviously have said that, the partnerships we had with students were pivotal in our company. But more than that, the partnerships we had with New Zealand companies who wanted to try new things. We were in the very first years of electronic commerce in New Zealand. And so we built our own software for exchanging information. And we had one of the largest computer networks in New Zealand for exchanging building information on construction sites and between companies. So if you looked around the room here, 10 years ago, so many of the components of the glass and the aluminium and the locks and stuff in this room here would have come through our network and been ordered through there. So it grew to an international company doing amazing stuff. It's still going today as one of New Zealand's largest e-commerce companies.
Amazing.
And but my path was to start it, but not to finish it. And I'm finding here this is much more exciting. And you never run out of fun things to do around the place.
Of course. This is so motivating. I mean, I've been diagnosing you from all the angles, from the lecturer, from the student, from the startup. So it's really blissful to get all of this information and wisdom from you. So Barry, you also have a secret formula when it comes to classrooms, which is like really famous. I don't even have to spell a word. Yeah, exactly, this one.
Go, Ryan, you need those ones.
The classic Barry.
M&M's. Or also Whittaker's peanut bars. Yeah.
Hire him already as a brand ambassador, okay?
One of the things I love doing is walking around a classroom during exams and putting these on people's desks, students' desks. Rain learnt to do Maths for IT, fed chocolate during exams, and we should interview her about chocolate at some stage. But the thing is, studying is really stressful, and it takes a lot of energy. And I don't believe anyone gets fat while they're studying eating chocolate.
Nobody. Enough calories burning already.
You're burning through calories, and basically, I use this as reinforcement. Certainly in some of my laboratories in AUT. And I've used it a little bit around here, teams would be working. One student would crack a problem, and I would go, oh, can you take a couple of toffees? That team over there needs some help. Will you go and help them? And so I pay in toffees for things.
Crack a toffee.
Yeah, crack a toffee.
Once you crack a problem.
Yeah, go and, you've got it, now go and teach them. And one student at AUT had a major problem with a project, and so I put a bounty of 5 Whittaker's chocolate bars for anyone who could show me that they had gone and helped that student project. And one guy came in with the student and said, we cracked it and it's all working. He showed us how to do it. So he got 5 chocolate bars out of it. Oh,
wow.
So
adrenaline, sugar rush, everything there.
you can put a bounty on problems and do stuff like that. And so we've used this all the way through our company all the time. And we would have, in my company, Edis, we would have chocolate Fridays. So every Friday we would put chocolate bars out on in the lunchroom, and staff would come in and help themselves to the chocolate bars, and we would eat our way through problems.
That reminds me of some European tradition in Paris. They eat chocolates in balls, not in
not
pieces,
absolutely.
not bites. You hail from England, right? So that just somehow replicates the tradition, the brain food.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see how Amelia upstairs has started her sessions that involve hokey pokey ice cream and the little Pascal's pineapple lumps and Whittaker's chocolate bars, introducing students who've never discovered it in New Zealand to how, and if you Futuhara is watching, I remember seeing you putting a Pascal pineapple lump into ice cream and eating it. So you discovered New Zealand ice cream and Pascal. And so we introduced Amelia and I introduced students to chocolate.
Amelia is, my go-to person when I need snacks. I'm there knocking, Amelia, I need snacks. Okay, there you go.
You need another one.
I'm going to totally have this later. Thank you so much, Barry.
M&M's are not fattening when you're studying.
Of course. Enough calories burning already.
No, you just need to keep going. And so, so the whole thing is, we need to learn as students how to motivate ourselves. If exercise does it for you, if chocolate does it for you,
We want to give a big shout out to our amazing learning support tutors who support students across applied management, construction, IT, and English. Whether you need help with assignments, writing, or understanding your coursework, the team is always ready to guide you. Make sure to visit them at level 8 or reach out by email whenever you need a boost in your studies.
Anyway, yeah, this adds up to your another skill. That's playing music. What defines, how does it influence your way of lifestyle and way of teaching and invention with music? What kind of music?
I a mixture of both rock and folk and stuff like that.
Amazing.
So I've been involved since, I think, but that goes back to school. Basically, I wasn't a musician, and in my final year of school, a lady volunteered to come in our elective class and teach guitar to anyone who wanted to learn guitar. Someone invested in me. And I fell in love with my guitar. And so, yeah, it's a mixture of acoustic, electric, and bass, and I've worked with a whole number of bands. But I also spent 6 years volunteering 1 day a week before I came back to study in a primary school teaching music. So I had a lot of fun. So we taught them all sorts of wonderful stuff from Avril Lavigne and a whole range of music. And we had students learning music in there because that primary school didn't have.
Do you still have those classes on?
I don't at the moment, no.
Because I might enroll soon.
I'd love to. I wish I had the time. But no, I wasn't Dr. Badger then, but I was Mr. D.
Oh, wow. There's another secret, another name.
So we would work with all the students in the school with community singing and music and instrument stuff. So, but yeah, no, music is so closely allied to computing these days that, you know, with electronics and stuff like that, you do it. So it actually makes a lot of sense. And also, there are ways of using music to think creatively. You know, it's great to just grab a guitar and think. And
what else could be cooler? I mean...
Yeah, and you sometimes solve a problem when you're strumming.
Of course. It's a therapy, right?
It's all about therapy, yeah. So chocolate, music, and students. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
And invention.
And invention, yeah. Well, invention is what we do as a result.
Of course. Well, thank you so much, Barry, for sharing all of this. Mr. D, Mr. Badger, Dr. Badger, what else can I call you? I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much
Chocolate.
Yeah, Dr. Chocolate, Dr. Therapy.
So thank you so much. And Rain behind the camera, thank you so much. You've been sitting there smiling and laughing at all our jokes.
She's the luckiest. But so, I feel like I am the luckiest here today to be sharing this space with you.
It's great.
And to be able to discover all these truths, like all the layers I've been, opening up during the show. Thank you so much for letting us.
It's been really good. So thank you, everybody. Don't ever stop studying.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Maori proverb that is Ako Tonu. Ako Tonu. That means keep learning, keep growing.
Absolutely.
I've been looking into a few Maori proverbs since I arrived here, and those are really inspirational every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done.
Thank you so much, Barry.
And thank you, everyone else.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for tuning in today, my listeners, my viewers, for What's Up AIC, the little podcast that we've started here at our own campus. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let us know who you want to see next as a guest in this episode, in the next episode of What's Up AIC. That was Dr. Badger, Dr. Professor Barry. So thank you so much for tuning in. Ka kite ano. See you next time.